and I'm here with Caron, Senior Vice President, Commercial Development.
Thanks, Wayne, for having me. Greatly appreciate it.
I appreciate it, man. What's happened? What's changed since last year?
Yeah, we opened up two great projects this last year. We opened up Town Center at Chino Preserve and the Collection in Ontario.
Right.
I would arguably say that the Town Center at Chino Preserve was our best project we've ever opened, architecture-wise, layout-wise, really maximizing the coverage of the center, et cetera. And when you add into that, you put a best-in-class tenant mix together. That's the best. So,
who are some of those tenants?
Some of those tenants are, we opened up our anchor there, Stater Brothers.
Yeah.
And we opened up a Kenwood's Kitchen, which is a bar tap that's just absolutely crushing it there, which is nice to have a local restaurant brewery. Panda Express, you've got Panera Bread, Chipotle, Starbucks.
Yeah, it's a great mix in an up-and-coming area with the preserve and all the homes being built there. It's really attracting more home buyers and really fulfilling the need of the home buyers that are there, and now they have more retail options to shop and eat.
I think that's what sets Lewis apart in a lot of our projects is, we master plan communities. We don't just do a shopping center. So what we're doing is we're bringing amenities to the area that we know that the homeowners want. And I think that's what sets us apart in the fact that we're, developing 13,000 homes in that area. And then also want to bring the amenities there for the residents of the community. So
that's great. And there's a main street within that project, right? Like, how's that going to evolve? What's that going to end up looking like?
Yeah, the Main Street's really starting to come together. We've got a 2-story building there with retail on the bottom floor, and we put a Spire Salon on the top floor. That's on the east side of Main Street. There's going to be another similar building on the west side, but then as you continue to drive south on Main Street, you've got some vertical mixed-use units. We've got residential, smaller retail on the ground floor.
So are those connected? Like, does the person that lives above it also operate the store below?
No, those are what's unique. Yeah, we looked at doing that, and what we wanted to do was create something where you didn't have to be a resident and do a business there as well.
So it can be separate.
That's correct.
What should we look for in a year from now when we're sitting here in 2025 and we're asking this? What are we going to be talking about?
You'll make fun of me on this one, or you'll correct me on this one, but I think we have 31 projects in the pipeline, totaling over 3 million square feet. Big ones that are coming out of ground this next year. We've got Arboretum Marketplace in Fontana. Right. We've got our Vallejo project, which is a Costco anchored. We also have another one up in Northern California in Hercules. It's a smaller 4-acre site, but high density population around the site.
Gotcha. So those are the most active. Those are the ones you think will be breaking ground in the next 12 months or so?
Absolutely.
Nice. What's leasing activity been like? Are you getting a lot of interest? Is it interest from local mom and pops? Is it from franchises? Is it from other new franchises, maybe from the East Coast coming to California? What are you seeing in that way? Yeah,
strong interest. Portfolio wide, we're 98% occupied, maybe a little bit higher than that, which has it's good and bad, because you'd like to have some vacancy because then you can upgrade your tenant mix. Yeah. But ultimately, we're seeing a lot of, the categories that we're really going after right now is that kind of niche brewery. Yeah. Good food, good drinks. Doesn't have to be a brewery, but just good drinks, good food type concept. So we are starting to see some of that in our projects. We've put a couple of those in both of the projects I mentioned earlier. Yeah,
there was actually just an article that came out at California Centers Magazine where we talked a little bit about that. So there was 2 kind of categories that we've noticed recently. And one is what you mentioned, a brew pub that has like a second or third location. And then also one of the things we noticed is that it's kind of this app-only world where like Starbucks is doing pickup only and Chipotle is doing drive-through only. Do you think those trends will continue, or do you feel like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's interesting because we did both of those concepts at Chino. So we have a cafe store for Starbucks with non-drive-through, pretty much pickup app-based. Then we also have the Chipotle, which is a drive-up window, not a traditional drive-through window, where it's app-based. They order, they pick up the window. It's a great concept. We'll see how that pans out long-term. Yeah, I do think it's the way of the future with the app, obviously.
Nice. Thanks, Cam. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Wayne.